What happens when a very famous comedian with a huge following makes fun of your product and probably calls your product useless as well in some not directly but probably in a funnier sense. So in this case, most of the brands would get panic and take some legal action or just get panic. But Garnier, it turned this PR nightmare into a very successful marketing campaign, an award-winning marketing campaign, probably you can say the best marketing campaign of this year. So, hello everyone, my name is Rishabh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will dive deep into how Garnier transformed a PR disaster into an award-winning marketing campaign. So now, if we look back at the story, so Anubhav Bassi, one of India's very popular stand-up comic with millions of followers, he is known for his relatable humor about everyday life, relationship, and yes, personal hygiene habits as well, which is something which made him very famous. So now Garnier Men, a leading skincare brand specifically for men, who has been trying to convince Indian men for years that face wash is not just for women but it is also for males. Because in this country, most of the male thinks that the soap is enough, including me and some of my friends as well. We believe that soap is enough for our face, we don't need additional face wash and anything. Then this particular thing happened. So in one of his comedy sets, Anubhav, he made fun about men's face wash, specifically targeting Garnier and their product. Now, in this case, most of the brands would get panic and would have typically three responses. Either they would hire a legal team and get involved, get legal team involved, or they would ignore it and hope it goes away with time, and or issue a defensive statement as well. But Garnier, they completely showed their genius capability over here. Instead of seeing this as a threat, they saw it as the biggest opportunity to probably cater to the actual problem statement which they have been trying to solve over the years. Now think about it, a comedian with millions of followers what was talking about their exact problem statement which their audience which was their audience's biggest hesitation about using face wash. So he was in a way, Anubhav Basti, he was literally voicing what the customers were thinking. So now, if we talk about Garnier, the strategy was simple but brilliant. Instead of fighting the joke, they embraced it. They used Anubhav Bassi's humor to address the exact problem statement that they have been trying to address since years now, for more than 5, 6 years, or 10 years, I believe. They used authentic content that didn't feel like traditional advertising, just a monologue about telling about the products feature specification and other things. No, they created an entire skit that was entertaining as well as we can say educating about the product and the problem statement they were trying to solve. So now how this campaign was structured was, it culminated Anubhav Basti trying men's face wash for the very first time on camera. A moment his massive audience was genuinely excited to see. This was a shock for his audience as well, right? So this wasn't a forced placement, but it was probably a journey from not liking a product, having misconceptions about the product or as a category as a whole, to trying the product and actually liking it. So it created an entire customer journey which audience could relate to, and it was entertaining as well. It was not just a simple monologue that was created, but it was entertaining. So this is the most important fact. Now, if we talk about execution of this campaign, the execution was flawless. They didn't try to change Anubhav Bassi's comedy style or probably his way of speaking or telling a joke. Instead, they created a narrative where his skepticism became part of the journey itself. The content felt authentic because it was authentic, right? Anubhav wasn't pretending to love the product from day one. He was genuinely experiencing it and his audience could relate to that journey. So that was something very much relatable. And now let's talk about the results. So it not only garnered 400 million views across different social media campaign, but it also became a benchmark in advertising and probably one of the best marketing campaigns of year 2025, and won a very prestigious Lions Cannes award as well for this year. Now, if we talk about the psychology behind the success, let's break it down. Why did it work so well? So it worked because instead of using a very polished campaign, probably having a celebrity endorsement in it, it actually felt like a genuine comedy skit. It was entertaining, it was educating. Moreover, it felt like very relatable as well, right? So nowadays, the brand value of these comics influencers, they have skyrocketed because audience could relate to them, right? Now these days, there are influencers, there are comedians whose brand value is way better than Salman Khan, because everyone knows that Salman Khan is not the one using Garnier product, but these comedians or these influencers, they might be the one, because they have because they came from the same place as to where their audience is. So that's how it is more relatable, it is authentic. Instead of being perfect, it is authentic. It has that reliability factor, it has that social proof as well. And last, it was entertaining. It was not just a plain monologue, but it was entertaining. So that's why it did hit the audience and probably catered to the biggest problem statement that Garnier was trying to address since long. That's why it worked so wonderful. Now, what brands can learn from it? So don't fear criticism, embrace it, try to be creative in your approach. That's why advertising is a creative field, right? It's not just hiring a celebrity throwing around money. You have to be creative. And authenticity beats perfection. These days, a very flashy camera, very nice background, it wouldn't work as nice as a raw video would work, which would be actually relatable for the user. Third point is, know your audience's language. It's very important to speak in your audience language. Garnier spoke to Indian men in a language they understood, humor and relatability. And the last point is, make entertainment, not just ads. So these days, if the audience is pretty much educated that if a celebrity is endorsing their product, they have been paid for it. So instead of just making it look like a paid endorsement, try to create an entertaining video which would appeal to the audience as well, right? So that's what the brands can also learn from here. No, if you also like this particular campaign, do tell us, do in the comment the point which you like most about this campaign and what you think about this campaign. And have you seen any other brand handle criticism in such a brilliant manner? So do comment here, and if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll create more such videos about how a brand executed a branding campaign perfectly and became a benchmark in advertising. Thanks so much.